Hi, everybody. Diane Neto living in Barrie. Today, we're going to take a little bit of a look at Waterfront in the Barrie area and surrounding area. Now, when you do a search on realtor.ca or anywhere, basically for waterfront property, you have to be really careful that it's actually waterfront, because a lot of agents will say waterfront, but there might be a road in front of it. It might be actually across the road, or you might have a water view, but you're not actually on the water. So make sure you take a good look at the listing and look at the pictures very closely. I'm going to share a screen. So I did a search and I actually put in a filter under the comments and I put waterfront. Now, as you can see, we're obviously not getting waterfront over here. So what this probably is that it says it's close to the waterfront. So because it's close to the waterfront and it's in the comment, it's going to come up. So maybe we'll take a look down in Innisfil first, which is close to Barrie, because they have a little bit more waterfront normally than Barrie does, because Barrie around the water, you're getting, well, we can tell right here, that's certainly not waterfront. This 1411 Maple Way, and even this one. So it's not actually waterfront. If you look at it's across the road, right? Beautiful home, big, $1.84 million. And to me, not a waterfront property. This one, I already can tell you, is not a waterfront property either. So when you're looking at the realtor map, you can kind of tell, right? This one is across the road. This one isn't even close to the water. So this map will do you a world of good if you search by that part. This is just an empty building lot for 1.2 million. So this kind of shows you. This one on Lakelands is a true waterfront property. 627 Lakelands Avenue. 1.769. And the taxes are 7,133. That's another thing with waterfront properties. You have to worry about, the taxes are really high. It's a cute little house for sure, right? They did a lot of updates. Now, most of these were only just wee little cottages, right? People have bought them and redone them. Look at the views. Oh, nice job on the kitchen. And they put floor to ceiling windows all the way around so you get the view. Very nice. A lot of them along there too don't have garages, but I believe this one does. And this one has a little boathouse underneath, which is actually against the bylaw now. So if it has one, it gets grandfathered, but you can't build them anymore. That's a nice looking property, but that's 1.769. So if let's see, here's another one on it. We have a few on Lakelands. So 1860. Now what you'll see, taxes here are 8,466, 50-foot lot. So in waterfront, a lot of times it goes by the actual amount of frontage you have. This is really cute too. But as you can see, they're not giant homes. Most of them don't have basements. This one looks like it might, but normally they don't because they're so close to the water level, right? Like the groundwater. Nice garage on this one though. And you know, it might actually even have, I'm gonna double check it. It might have a loft above the garage. Large loft ensuite, yeah. So that ensuite, I don't think it was a basement. I think it was an ensuite above the garage. So this is Innisfil, and like beautiful properties. 2.799, 2,049,000. Like beautiful, beautiful properties. This one, I'm not sure if it has a garage or not. Oh yeah, maybe in the front of the house. It does have a boathouse, which is grandfathered, so you get to keep it. Nice white kitchen. I want to see the views. Where's the views? It's a nice size in there. Like that's a pretty nice size living area, open concept. And see, these are the views from the living room and the kitchen. Beautiful, right? So this is Innisfil, 2,049,000. As you'll see, normally, as you get more north, now Waterfront's expensive no matter what, but when you get into the Coldwater area, it'll be a little bit cheaper. When you get into, see, they're showing Friday Harbor, but that's, or Algonquin, and that is nowhere close to the waterfront. So you really just have to be careful on these things, because if they have waterfront in the comments, then it says it's the water, it assumes it's actual waterfront, and it's not. As you can see in Barrie, like a lot of these areas here, these will just be condos. In Barrie, all the way around this area, like there's no houses, right? It's all developed. So you're not gonna get homes on the water in Barrie. There's Shanty Bay Road, and the water is right across the road. And then once you get out of Barrie into Oro, you're back to actual waterfront. So we'll see this one, Shanty Bay Road, 2.199. Let's see if it actually has direct water. And the taxes are on this one are 6,700, so I kind of think it doesn't. Beautiful custom built home. Beautiful. Let's see. We got a lot of house pictures here. Nice bathrooms, fully finished basement. Looks like there's a kitchen in the basement. Basement's huge. Look at the outside area. Huge backyard. Yes, we're across the road. Not even across the road. We're 2 streets over. So this one, 8,795,000, Oro Medonte. This sucker's on the water. Huge lot, huge area. And they have a retaining wall, sitting area, gates. Oh, look at this thing. Beautiful. Obviously a newer build. All those windows. Let's see the views. So this house, you can actually see through the whole house. Isn't that cool? The views are gorgeous, right? So they have those walls that actually collapse. So your indoor outdoor space feels like all together. Look at that. Ooh, beautiful. Huge, right? Look at the master bedroom. Walk-in closet, his and hers. You gotta like that. So that's 17 Barrie Terrace. And that one too, what I wanted to see, it's 4-bed, 5-bath. I wanted to see if they gave us a square footage. 7,900 square feet, 4 bed, 5 bath, 5 fireplaces, and over 100 foot of shoreline. 8.795. That's a house, huh? And let's see what the taxes are. That's funny. $23,092. $23,000 for the taxes. Beautiful property, huge frontage. That's a house, that's for sure. So as we go up the coast a little bit here, now we're into Shanty Bay. Shanty Bay is desirable. So here we go. 6.85. Huge waterfront property, 153 Bay Street. What I want to see here is 27,000 is the property taxes a year. I want to see if it says the square footage. It's got 340 foot of private shoreline. It doesn't really say that the square footage here. Unfortunately, on the Toronto board, you don't have to put the square footage. On the Barrie board, you do. So sometimes you get the square footage and sometimes you don't. But it's pretty obvious that this house is huge. It's got a swimming pool. Beautiful, right? Now, waterfront properties are few and far between too. People keep them forever and ever. Oh, look at this. Beautiful, eh? Cathedral ceilings, everything light and bright. Wow, that's something, eh? Impressive. I think I need a cleaner. I wouldn't want to try to clean it all. But I think if I could afford this, I could afford a cleaner, right? It's beautiful. These are the aerial views. So these are all on Lake Simcoe. Everything I'm showing you is on Lake Simcoe. And Lake Simcoe is pretty expensive. And those are like giant. There are smaller ones that you'll find that, are less money. The houses aren't as big. So we're at 1,899, 3.750. Like you're going to buy waterfront in around the Barrie area or Simcoe County or Lake Simcoe. It's a lot of money. I'm trying to see if we can find something that's a little bit further out. This is still 1.1 in Oro-Medonte. So this is a little house. I don't think there's a garage. It says it's fully renovated, only 50 feet by 148. Property taxes are only 4,200. So see the difference. And the value of the house comes into effect on the property taxes as well. So this is a nice little cottagey house. Pretty small though. And we're still looking at $1.1 million. I don't think there's a garage from what I can tell. It's Lake Simcoe. Very expensive, right? So, and once you hit the Muskokas, it's ridiculous too. So there might be a little bit of this is 199 and you can get to it from cars. So the other thing you have to be careful about when you look at the waterfront properties around here, some of them are on islands. There's no road access, so you need a boat. And those values are usually lower. So here we're at 2.49, 1.28. Huge money, right? And this is all in, we're still in Oro Medonte here. These are the same ones. What I was trying to see is, where does the value start going down a bit? So 1.35 in Ramara. See how this one's on an island? 16, oh, maybe you can buy the whole island. It's 16.88 million, probably. This is 135 in Ramara, just outside of Aurelia. It's not bad size, 2-story. The other thing you have to ask your realtor or look at is the quality of the water in your area. So some of these little lakes, you can't even put, like Lake Simcoe, you can put on whatever you want. You can go to the Trent Severn Waterway. It's a gateway waterway to a lot of other places. But some of these little lakes up north, that's why I'm kind of focusing on Simcoe County right here. You can't even put on a motorized boat or a sea-doo. This is condos in Bayshore Village, so they're not really right on the water. This is vacant land for 500 with a little bit of waterfront right there. Now we're getting around to the Keswick side of Lake Simcoe. So if you want to go a little bit and get into a different lake, like this is Cumberland Beach area, and there's Lake Nipissing up there, Sparrow Lake. There's different little lakes up here, Lake Dalrymple. You just have to be careful on exactly what you can do on the water there. And a lot of these are not actually on the water, again. So you have to be careful of that. Here's a good one. So this is right on the waterfront in Ramara on Bluebird Street. And we're looking at 925,000. So this is kind of the sweet spot. Ramara, Coldwater, that area. The waterfront there are probably around the cheapest within an hour and a half of Toronto. Once you get into the Muskokas and Gravenhurst, Bracebridge, it's more money. And down in Innisfil and Barrie, it's more money. So this is kind of the little sweet spot where it's a little bit cheaper. And we're gonna just take a look. The waterfront is nice there. What we're gonna do is go back to the listing, and we're gonna read about what the taxes are. So the taxes are only $31.36. There is a detached garage, 80-foot frontage on Lake St. John. Very cute. So if I was interested in this, or my client was, I'd Google Lake St. John and I'd see what kind of lake is it? And you can actually find out now from Google. If you Google a lake, you can actually find out, is it good for swimming? Is it good for fishing? What kind of fish are there? My client and I have been looking for different waterfronts, and we've been doing that. And it actually will tell you everything about the lake, if it's weedy, if it's got great fish, what kind of fish live there, winter activities, summer activities, what's close by. Every little lake you can Google and it'll tell you all that information. So before you get really hyped up about a property, do a little bit of Googling and make sure it meets your needs. Because if you're looking to fish or boat or have a sea-doo and you can't put a motorized vehicle on that lake, you could only kayak, canoe, or paddleboard, then that might not be the one for you. And those kind of waterfront properties are always going to be a little bit cheaper as well, because you're limited. And a lot of those lakes are self-sufficient, meaning it's a little wee lake, but you can't go into other waterways. And a lot of boaters want the ability to leave their lake, right? And go into the Trent or go to Georgian Bay, where with these little lakes, if you're happy with just fishing and hanging out on that little lake, and that's kind of what you're looking for, it's a great value. If you like my content, hit like, subscribe, or drop me a question if you'd like me to do something, or you have any questions about waterfront properties. I've been actually on a mission with one of my guys now, so I've been educating myself on a little bit northern areas. Have a nice night.